Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my creative time with Emma, and also welcome to another Made in Minutes. First of all, it's good to be back. It was nice to take that little week off because I was able to recuperate and get better. I'm 100% now. I feel much better. Just some allergies are setting in, but that's okay. That's to be expected at this time of year. That's it. I'm so excited to be back and doing my videos again. So we're going to go ahead. This is Made in Minutes Monday. So basically what my design team and I do on today, what we do is just try and create something that's under 20 minutes or less. So hopefully I decided to color everything today. So hopefully it doesn't take me too long, okay? So I'm going to show you what I use before we get started. I'm using one of the stitched rectangle dies that I have. This comes in a set, but this is the what size I used. I'm using my little stitched grass die, along with my fun Tweet Me dies. I'm not sure if I did cut out the small bird and the bigger bird. I'm not sure which one I'm using, or if I might be using both. Then I'm using the little birdie house, and then with the little heart, instead of using the circle for I'm using the heart instead. And then I'm using the Tweet Me. I'm using the Sending Many Thanks stamp set for that, okay? So what I did was I cut everything out in white so I could watercolor everything, okay? So let me go ahead and get everything set up really quick. Okay, hopefully you can see everything here. We're going to go ahead and color the background first. Oh, I forgot. I thought I had all my colors out, but apparently not. Let's just use Salty Ocean for the sky, okay? So let's go ahead and just I'm just going to go ahead and just put everything here on my little craft mat. And then we're going to use Walnut Stain for the birdhouse. We're going to use Mowed Lawn for the grass. So we'll start with these first because I'm still unsure on what I want to do with those, with the little birdies. I'm not 100% sure what color I want to do those just yet, okay? So I'm going to try not to soak this up too much, only because I didn't tape anything down. Oh, looks like I didn't clean my brush off properly, so it came out blue, but that's alright because we're about to put blue on here anyway, so I don't mind that. I'm just doing like a really quick sloppy little background. Nothing, fancy schmancy. I just want to get just the sky, just a little watercolor, so that's it with that. So I'm going to put that aside to dry. So let me go ahead and clean my brush here. And then what we are going to do is now we're going to do the grass. So actually no, let's just do this in order here. We are going to do that one right there, the Walnut Stain. We're going to do our little bird house here. So let me make sure. Okay, there we go. Just going to go ahead and just do this. And then we're just going to take our Walnut Stain. And nothing fancy again. I should have used my smaller brush for this, but that's alright. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just super quick watercoloring here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more on this side here. Just give it a little bit of, I'm not going to worry too much about that bottom there because that's going to be covered up by the grass dye. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just scooch this on over here to dry as well. And then we're going to do our grass here. Let me get a little white bee for that thing right here. Made a little bit of a mess there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, let me go ahead and just clean off this brush here. Take all the brown off of it so we can use our green. We're going to do the grass with Mowed Lawn. Let's go ahead and just get a little wash of color on that. And hopefully, yeah, there we go. Mowed Lawn, here we go. And we're just coloring, nothing major. Some people freak out like, oh my god, the watercolorings. Obviously, I don't have very many watercoloring skills. I'm just basically just you know, just doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Nothing fancy. I'm just going to kind of darken up the bottom part. I keep forgetting to switch these brush. This is going to have to do for now. It's like I said, it's very sloppily. Nothing too technical about this coloring, clearly. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to go ahead and just scooch that on over to the side for that one to dry as well. And then we're going to go ahead and do our little tiny heart, which I forgot to put the paint down on for that, which I want to do the heart in Festive Berries. I'm going to get a smaller brush now because I cannot use that one. Okay, just got this a little bit smaller one here. Alright. I like, this is one of my favorite reds from the Tim Holt, is the Festive Berries. I think that's really pretty bright red. I know he has another one called Barn Door, I think is what it is. Okay, so that's it. That's it for that. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll let that dry here. Scooch that on over there. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to color our cutie patootie little birds. Now, I'm so in love with the brand new color, the Mermaid Lagoon. I think I'm going to color one of my birdies with this because I just love it way too much. And then I think I'm going to use my water brush for that. Since I have the color in line, you know, inside of lines. Let me put some more water in this brush really quick here. Okay, so I just filled up the water here. Let me make sure this is cleaned off there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just put this down here on my mat, my little craft mat. Clearly I don't need that much, but I don't have this, they don't have the smaller ones out like that just yet. Which I have a feeling those are going to come out in January of next year. Nobody told me that, I just have a feeling. Okay, so now that we have our little birdie here, we are going to go ahead and use our brand new blue Mermaid Lagoon. Which, oh, look how beautiful that is. So pretty. I love this color. I already used it a ton on some other stuff I was working on, and I just really love it. See, super simple coloring. I like this brush. I like using the other brush, but this one's I could have a little bit more control over because it's a little bit more of a fine tip, and it works for me. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just continue coloring this. And the paper I am using that I cut everything out with is the is it Tim Holtz? Actually, to be honest with you, I don't know. But it is all watercolor paper. I'll look behind me in a minute as soon as I'm done with this. I don't want to go too dark with him. Okay. Let's put just a teensy bit more here. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just put a little more here too. Okay, that's it. I better leave it alone. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my marker. Let's just use ripe persimmon, and I'm going to go ahead and just color in the little beak here. It's just too tiny to try and use a water brush on. I could, but I don't want to really mess it up royally. And then I'm going to use my marker, the Gathered Twigs, to go ahead and just do the little feetsies here. I'm using the fine tip point of this because they are really, really thin, the little feetsies, okay? So that's it for that. to dry. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to use the Abandoned Coral to go ahead and color my other little birdie. Clearly that's way too much. I should have used the pen actually. Not the pen, the marker, but that's all right. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just color this little guy with, let's make this a she, using this as well. And these little water brushes are I really love them. I had picked mine up from, of course, my Amazon.com. Because they have everything. Let me take some water off. They have everything there. And you get it in 2 days if you're a Prime member. I love that feature. I mean, I actually got stuff delivered to me on a Sunday one time. I was surprised. Okay. I'm just putting it on my hand just to take some of the water off. Okay. That'll work. Let's make the tail just a teensy bit darker. So just kind of accentuate the little heart, the heart butt. Okay. Super cute. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same exact thing. Grab that one marker. Actually, I really need to use that one. Is this it? The right persimmon? Yeah. To go ahead and just do the actual, the little beak on that guy right there. Okay, so let me go ahead and clean everything up. We're going to put our card together. Okie dokie. Before we put the card, before we put the card together, I'm going to go ahead. I cut out all of these little pieces and using my white foam. I love using this because all of the die cut pieces actually look like little embellishments. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and just connect these all onto their matching foams. Okay, put that there for right now. And then let's go ahead and put some on the baby bird. And this is just some glossy accents that I'm using, because this seems to work really well with the foam. Trying to line it up there. Okay, and then last but not least, our little baby heart. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this little heart on top of here. I'm glad it's warm in here because everything dried really good with my fan on. Except for the little birdie house. I was upset because the little birdie house, the behind it wasn't completely dry. So, I got some of it on here. You see that little piece right there, which I was kind of bummed about, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress out over it. So let me scooch these on over so we could put the rest of the card together while we're waiting. And of course they're probably dry already, but I just want to make sure they're extra dry. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go ahead and put down our little grass die. Oh, you know what? Since I have this out, let's just use this. We're just going to go ahead and use the... Oh, by the way, it is the Ranger watercolor paper, but it was the 8.5 by 11 one this time. So this way I could, because I knew I wanted to cut a whole bunch of pieces. So that's basically what I use. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this down here. So after I had cut out the grass, used my grass die to cut out the grass, I actually ran it back through my machine again, and I put that rectangle die on top of it. I put it like this way, so this way the stitching can be on the edges as well. So that's why you see the little stitching there too. Okay. Okay, so now that that part's down, okay, and then this little guy, clearly I'm going to have to put it on top of there because of our little error that I made there. The back part, for some reason, of course, that little spot right there was not dry 100%. So that's how it got my little... Okay. That's going to go there. But before I put anything else down, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment because I want to make sure I have room for... Well, I better put this stuff on first. Okay, for sure I wanted a birdie on top of the house. Let's put that there. And we'll put him in the grass. This we'll probably put right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our stamp our sentiment right there really quick. So let me go ahead and just use some black ink. Oopsie. Okay, and then I just use the archival black, my favorite in the whole wide world. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and just glue the rest of it down here. And again, I'm using the glossy accents just to put everything down. This blue's kind of blending in with the background just a tad, but it's okay. It's quite alright. Let's go ahead and glue the last birdie on like so. So that wasn't too bad to color everything really quick. Okay, and then while I'm holding these down, just hold that down like so. I'm going to put some glossy accents on the eyeballs. Just like so. And then I think I am going to put some on the heart as well. Oh no, let me wipe that off. Before I put anything on the heart, let me go ahead and just use my Wink of Stella. And just put some little shimmer on here first. Oops, see. Of course, that one's running out of ink. Hopefully this is the backup. Yeah, here goes my backup. You always have to have a backup of Wink of Stella. Okay. So, okay, and this is my card, everyone. I'm not going to bore you by putting it on a base of a card. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just put it onto an actual regular A2 size card base. And then call it a day. That's it. It's going to be super simple. So hopefully you enjoyed my hopefully this was quick enough for you, my video today. Don't forget to check out my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my amazing design team has done for this brand new Made in Minutes today. Okay, everybody, have a fabulous day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.